Hey friends, and welcome to This Explainer. I am so genuinely glad you're hanging out with me today. You know, life moves crazy fast, doesn't it? It is just so incredibly easy to get completely swept up in the day-to-day hustle. But today, I want us to take a breather and talk about something profound, something we are all eventually going to face, but let's be honest, we almost never want to talk about. I want you to think of This Explainer as a comforting guide, just some warm advice from one friend to another on how to build this unbreakable, truly beautiful protective armor for afterlife. So let's just dive right into it. Tell me, friend to friend, have you ever felt just a sudden wave of panic or anxiety when you imagine the grave? If you have, please know you are not alone. It's a completely natural, deeply human feeling. The Barzakh phase, that transitional realm of the grave, is inevitable for literally every single one of us. But here is the absolute most beautiful, hopeful truth that we're going to unpack today. The afterlife totally does not have to be some terrifying unknown. By just adopting a few simple, really consistent daily actions, we can actively build a glowing, comforting shield of protection around ourselves. Let's look at exactly how we can cultivate that ultimate peace of mind starting today. All right, let's get into section 1, the core foundation, prayer and purification. Okay, so every strong suit of armor needs an unbreakable base, right? And for us, it begins with a habit that is so easily overlooked, perfectly purifying ourselves after using the restroom. I want to gently emphasize here that cleaning yourself properly after urinating isn't just some strict arbitrary rule you have to follow. It is actually a deeply, deeply protective habit. Maintaining our physical purity is literally the foundation that ensures our daily prayers are valid and accepted. It's just this quiet little moment of mindfulness that we repeat every single day. There's this really striking hadith that perfectly illustrates this. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, once passed by 2 graves and mentioned that their inhabitants were actually being punished. And for one of them, the reason was simply that he didn't purify himself properly after urinating. I share this with you softly, my friend, definitely not to scare you, but just to show you how entirely avoidable this hardship is. By simply being mindful and perfectly consistent with our most basic everyday cleanliness, we are instantly shielding ourselves from unnecessary suffering. And you know, this brilliant foundation of purity naturally sets us up for our next monumental shield, our 5 daily prayers. Here's the really crucial point. Prayer is the absolute first deed that will be judged in the hereafter. If our prayers are in order, if we protect them with consistency, then God willing, the rest of our affairs in the afterlife are going to be secure and smooth. Keeping up with these 5 daily appointments is, without a doubt, our most reliable anchor.
Moving right along to section 2, charity, your physical shield.
So how do our other good deeds step up for us when we're alone in the grave? They actually step up like a personal security detail, creating literal, comforting force fields around us. According to a hadith recorded by At-Tabrani, when a person is in the grave and any sort of danger or punishment tries to approach, our daily habits literally stand guard. If hardship comes from the direction of your head, your reading of the Quran steps in to block it. If it comes from your feet, the physical steps you took walking to the mosque become your shield. Your good deeds are standing right there, highly alert, acting as your personal guardians. And that brings us to a super specific, incredibly powerful guardian. Whenever hardship approaches directly from the front, your acts of charity are going to step in and completely repel it. And listen, this doesn't mean you need to be giving away absolute fortunes. It's all about establishing a routine. Even the absolute smallest, most consistent acts of giving create this glowing protective barrier right in front of you. It's an amazing physical shield built entirely by your own generosity. Let's jump into section 3, a loyal friend named Al-Quran. Now, let's talk a bit more about that shield guarding your head. I really want to introduce the Quran to you today, not as difficult homework or some daunting task to check off, but as a loyal, deeply devoted friend who brings radiant light into the darkest of places. Just take a second to absorb this incredible hadith. The Quran will literally come on the day of resurrection as an intercessor for its companions. Think about what an intercessor actually is. It's an advocate. When we are at our most vulnerable and we need a friend the most, the words we spent time reading in this life will actively speak up and vouch for us. That is absolutely the kind of loyal friendship we want to cultivate every single day. If you're sitting there wondering, okay, where do I start? How do I actually build this friendship consistently? I've got a highly specific, super comforting habit you can adopt literally tonight. Make Surah Al-Mulk your bedtime routine. It is a really simple chapter, just 30 verses. And according to the hadith from Abu Dawood and Tirmizi, these 30 verses will intercede for a person until they are completely forgiven. Just imagine wrapping yourself up in that warm blanket of forgiveness every single night right before you drift off to sleep. Next up is section 4, the shielding prayer, final tashahhud. Our next shield is this highly effective, protective supplication that we can effortlessly weave right into the daily prayers we're already doing. Before you rush to say that final greeting to end your prayer, just pause, take a deep breath, and recite this. Let's look at the first half together. O Allah, I seek refuge in you from the punishment of hellfire and from the punishment of the grave. By actively asking for this specific protection multiple times a day, you are constantly fortifying your defenses.
And then the beautiful supplication continues, and from the trials of life and death, and from the evil of the trial of the false Messiah. The really crucial takeaway here is that we aren't just protecting ourselves for the afterlife. We are actively asking for a shield against the intense trials of our current life and the very real spiritual dangers all around us right now. Reciting this final tashahhud prayer brings such an immediate, settling peace of mind to our chaotic days.
And finally, Section 5, your daily checklist for peace.
My friend, we have covered some pretty grand spiritual concepts today, but the real magic happens when we bring them all down into a manageable, bite-sized daily routine. Simple consistency is the ultimate key here. 1. Perfecting our purification after using the restroom. 2. Guarding our 5 daily prayers. 3. Giving routine charity to build our front shield. 4. Reading the Quran daily to build a lifelong friendship. 5. Reciting Surah Al-Mulk before sleeping for that ultimate forgiveness. And 6. Pausing to say that final shielding prayer in our tashahhud. None of this requires superhuman effort, I promise. It just requires a gentle, steady consistency. Day by day, habit by habit, you are seamlessly building a comforting, protective armor for your future.
So I want to leave you with this final thought. You absolutely do not have to overhaul your entire life by tomorrow morning. Just pick one thing. Friend, which practice are you going to start making a routine tonight for your journey later? Maybe it's opening Surah Al-Mulk tonight before bed, or just being a tiny bit more mindful the next time you pray. The grave really doesn't have to be a place of fear when you are actively sending your peace, your light, and your guardians ahead of you. Thank you so much for spending this time learning with me today. I truly hope this brought your heart some peace.